Shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, it's another edition of the Daily Edification Exhortation, and it comes to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahushai, Baal Shem Rakakwadash. All praises and glories definitely due, especially in these times. So I'm going to call this video, These Other Camps, and I'm not talking about the camps that are affiliated with Great Millstone, in that they may not have Great Millstone in their title, but they teach like we do over here at Great Millstone, GMS. These other camps are just like John Kilpatrick. These other camps, these other Israelite camps are just like John Kilpatrick. And that's the guy you see standing right here, this guy here, with the latest video that has surfaced with this guy, and him mentioning about so-called black Americans are God's people. Okay? Basically what he did was he gave a hint at the truth, a hint with the stuff that he was saying, but he didn't give you the full truth. He didn't give you the 100% truth, which is what we preach here at Great Millstone, GMS, the 100% truth. So he reminds me of these other camps, these other Israelite camps. They're just like this guy. And mind you, these other Israelite camps, especially the ones with the title of Christ in their title, which means that that in reality the state is their master. Okay, they've pretty much sold out to the state. All right, they're the main example of these camps that are not giving you 100% truth. Okay, so they're just like John Kilpatrick, and I know that's a controversial title, and I love it that way. Like I always tell you, brothers, I'm not here to be liked. Okay, I couldn't give a shit if you like me or not, but I'm going to speak the truth, 100% truth, okay? Because that's what the Lord did. When the Lord was on the scene, he spoke 100% truth. He didn't speak truth in piecemeal. He spoke it 100%, and many were offended. Let's not forget that. Scriptures tell us many were offended at the Lord, okay? You had many false witnesses that came up against the Lord. Why? Because the number one reason why is because he spoke 100% truth. And a close other reason why is because they were jealous and envious at him. Jealousy and envy. Okay, the scriptures tell us that. All right. So what inspired me to do this video was I was watching this video by Amawon Ibad, I believe his name is, and he did this video here entitled "He that receiveth you, or he that receive you, receive me," and that was a quotation from Yahushai. Yahushai said that. All right, and he plays this video because another video was done, which I saw earlier, by Elder Manat Zak of South Carolina. He did a video with the title of "Embellishment," because certain guys are adding, and wrongfully so, they're adding to what this guy here, John Kilpatrick, said. Okay, concerning so-called black Americans being God's people. So I think what I should do is just play the part of Amawon Ibad's video where he plays this video here, and then I'll show you how pretty much I compare the other camps, the other Israelite camps, to this guy, because you're getting a hint of the truth from this guy, but you're not getting 100% truth. That's just like these other Israelite camps. You're getting a hint of the truth, but not 100% truth. And as we always tell you, brothers, it's required that we teach 100% of the truth. It's required that you learn 100% of the truth. The Apostle Paul said it best. He said, "I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Heavenly Father." That's 100%, man. Okay? Not 99 and a half, all right? Like we adopted the mantra of the title of that song by Wilson Pickett. Okay, 99 and a half just won't do. That's right, 99 and a half just won't do. You got to have 100, just like the song says. And of course, in the song, he's talking about the love of a woman. He wants 100% of the love of his woman. But our woman is what? This truth, this knowledge. And we want 100%. We want 100% devotion, 100% attention. Okay, that's what we want. Now, you got other Israelites that don't have that mentality. Well, you better develop that mentality. That's what we're here to tell you. Anyway, let's play some of this video here, and get into the lesson.
Let me say something right quick. I think back on the African-American people in America.
Okay, whoa, let's stop it right there. African-American people of America. This guy know damn well we're not African-Americans. All right? I know he's been watching us. I'm talking about this dude right here. John Kilpatrick, I believe his name is. Yep, John Kilpatrick. He knows that we're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Okay? But he's not going to say it. All right? He's not going to say it because, you know, that's the biggest kept secret by the wicked elite today of who we are as Israelites. And that goes back to the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, where all the other nations, right, came together to keep us from our nationality. Psalms, the 83rd chapter, that's a very important chapter concerning our nationality. Because right there, and I'm going to read some of it, right there it tells you how the other nations got together and to make sure, that's the elites of the other nations, to make sure we never come back to our nationality, our true nationality, us Israelites, beginning with the so-called black man, which Pastor John Kilpatrick happens to be talking about. But he calls them African Americans. No such thing as African Americans. Africa goes back to Leo Scipio Africanus, okay, which was Edomite, a Roman general that faced or went up against Hannibal, which Hannibal himself was an Israelite. Okay, you had something called the Punic Wars. I believe there was 3 of them. I believe the word Punic means small. It's from the Latin meaning small. Okay, so there's that history. Leo Scipio Africanus. We don't come out of his family line. And America goes back to Amerigo Vespucci, right? Amerigo Vespucci, right? And Amerigo Vespucci was credited with the name of America. Okay, I think the Elder Apostle Ramlab always goes into that history. Martin Walsemuller, who was a map maker. I believe it's called a cartographer. And brothers can fact check me on that. He named this part of the land America after Amerigo, which was an explorer, which really was a conqueror. That's what they called them, explorers. No, they were conquerors. Pizarro, all right, Hernando Cortez, and the most famous of all, Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus. They were conquerors, Edomite conquerors. Explorers, my ass. They were Edomite conquerors. Okay. Well, you had this cartographer, Martin Walsemuller, who named this part of the world America. Okay, after Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, so we're not African American. All right, that's the point I'm making. And it's funny because back in the during slave times, they called us, our people, black or Negro. Then during the 70s, we were labeled as black. Well, during the 40s, we were labeled as colored. These colored people over there. And then during the 70s, we were labeled as what? Black. The term African American didn't come about till the 80s with that catfish-looking individual, Jesse Jackass, which his real name is Jesse Jackson, but we call him Jesse Jackass, a real sellout to the Edomite elite. Okay? So the point is we're not African American. Now let's get into Psalm, the 83rd chapter. It says, the first verse, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And that's an example of them hating the Heavenly Father. All right, these other nations, beginning with Esau, Edom, they really hate the Heavenly Father because they hate his people. That's why it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who's the Lord's people? Exodus 4:22, the Israelites. The Israelites are the Lord's people. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. What are they hidden from? Their nationality. We have been hidden from our nationality. And that's the biggest kept secret among the wicked elite of who we truly are. And John Kilpatrick is not going to come out and tell us who we truly are. He's not going to do it. He's hinting at the truth of what he just said, but he's not going to give you the full truth. And he kind of reminds me of these other Israelite camps. They're not giving you the full truth. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That's exactly what's happened to our people, beginning with the so-called Negro all the way down to the so-called Mexican. Okay, we're a nation of people. Okay? They have come and said, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Now, you still hear the term Israel, but phonies are being given that term. In particular, the so-called Jew. They're being called Israel, they're being called Jewish, they're being called the Jews. They're not the Jews. Now, there's some Israelites among them, but collectively, they're not the Jews. The real Jews are the so-called Negroes who come out of the tribe of Judah. Now, you think John Kilpatrick is going to say that? Absolutely not. But he knows it. He knows it. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's why we don't know ourselves as Israelites until we come into this truth. Until we come into this truth, or being called into this truth by the Heavenly Father himself, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, we don't know that we're the Israelites. We don't know that we're the Lord's chosen people. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Then it gives you the names of those nations.